Hey, it's Nerdy Dan here from nerdydan.com, and I've had a couple of requests on one of my videos to show people exactly what to do to fix the issue that people who are on the AT&T routers who are using Nintendo Switches and they get kicked out of games like Fortnite, etc. And you know, it's it's not the best fix. I think AT&T needs to do something to fix this for a more long-term solution. But I did find the solution that worked for me and my family was to create a guest network on my router. So, how to do that? You have to go into the router settings deeper than what you would normally have to do with like the application. So, go to the IP address, which is typically 192.168.1.254, as you can see above. That isn't necessarily the same one all the time. If that doesn't work for you, if that doesn't get you into the AT&T router, then you may have to look up the alternate router IP addresses. So once you go there, you may have to log in using the default like admin and password or whatever. And you may also have to use a special password that's on the back of your router as well. So you might want to take down the access code on top of that. But once you've connected and once you've logged in, what you want to do is you want to then go to, when you see this screen, you're going to be on device. You want to click over to home network, and then you want to click on Wi-Fi, and that's going to bring up the Wi-Fi page. I would show it live, but it shows passwords and other things, and you don't need to see that. However, so when you get to this screen, you're going to scroll down to the guest SSID. Now, there should be a checkbox here if it's not set up, so you just click the checkbox, and then you're going to name the network what you want to. It should give you an automatic default subnet for you to use. However, you can choose a different one if you want, but I just use the default. There's nothing wrong with the default. I've named my Wi-Fi names KGB surveillance van and then CIA counter intel just to be funny. You could name yours whatever you want, and then enter the password that you want to use. Make sure it's secure. You don't want any random schmo getting on your Wi-Fi, right? So you do that, and then you're just going to go down and hit save. If anybody's connected to your router, it may very well restart your connection. So you want to make sure nobody's working anything important at the time when you're setting this up. Then what you want to do on your switch is you want to make sure to connect to the new network that you just created, the new guest network, and then you're going to also want to remove the old network from the switch so your switch doesn't think, oh, I'm going to connect to this. You want to forget the old network and just only connect to the new one, which is a guest network. Now, granted, this is going to be a 2.4 connection instead of a 5 connection, so it's not the best one that you can have. But as we've all witnessed, what I realized that the problem is that they have the same name for the low band and the high band for the whole network, and the router tries to be smart and change you to the best one at any given time. Unfortunately, when it changes at any given time, it disconnects you from your game. So that's something that should be worked on. I tried another variant where you named your 5 gigahertz one network and you name your 2.5 or 2.4 the regular network name and don't use the guest. I tried that, but even though I had different names and even though it gave me a warning message that said, hey, you might not get to use all of the benefits that come with your router by having your networks named 2 different things, it still kicked me out in the middle of the game. So I think it was still trying to find the best network and failing and then disconnecting me. So until at some point I'm going to talk to AT&T and try and figure out why this is happening and how they can fix it, because it really is unacceptable that you can't connect to the best Wi-Fi that your router has to offer, the best signal that your router has to offer, that you have to use the guest network. But in the short term, this is what you got to do. It works. Several of the people in the previous video where I explained how I fixed it just on a 30,000 foot point of view it works for them as well. So if this works for you, remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with anybody else who might be having this problem, and visit nerdydan.com on all of my social media platforms: Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, all nerdydan.com. Thank you very much and have a good night.